I think that looks good. And the chat appearing here over me, like it's my thoughts. That's funny. Okay. So let's see. Maybe we can do a small bingo also. I think I have something to edit here. Yes. Wow. Okay. What? There. Okay, so let's make a small bingo. Okay? But very small, like... Wait. I do straight lines. Like I know how to draw, maybe? Okay, this is good enough, right? And 9 square bingo, I think maybe we can go for that. I think everyone is expecting dragons. Okay, so let's see, if there is dragons, we'll mark this one. I think that's our easy one. What is our expecting, guys? Yeah, like that. Woo! I didn't remember how good I'm at painting. New race and new class. I don't know if let's make it like this. In the top one, I'm gonna put things that are good, and in the bottom one, things that are bad. Like, for example, the user appears. The user is the guy that makes the story in World of Warcraft, and that shit over all of World of Warcraft. Okay. Okay, maybe we can do like this. Here we can do maybe new class. New class or new race. Okay, maybe we can do it like that so we can have some chances. Okay, so that might be it. Okay, something else that could be a storm mount. A storm mount is going to be here then. A storm mount. Storm mount. Of course we're gonna get a storm mount. And maybe we can add flying from the beginning. Okay, maybe we can get flight from the beginning of the game. That's really good. Flight from start. Start. Yeah. Okay. What else can we put? Okay. How do I erase it? Button is something like. Can I go back to the pencil? Pencil. Time skip. No, play from start has to happen. Time skip. Time skip. Okay, let's put time skip here, like in kind of in crazy theories. Time skip. Or let's say something like time related. Time related also. Time skip, time related. Time related. Yes. Okay, they mentioned something about the time. Torgas 2.0. I don't know where to put that. Because it was kind of okay at the beginning, that was horrible, and I don't know how it is now. So what I'm gonna put, I was thinking... I forgot what I was thinking. Maybe... I don't know. Forgot. Something good, they don't mention Sylvanas. They... don't... Okay, big, don't... mention Sylvanas. Mention... Sylvanas. Okay, that's something really good. Because we are done with her and with all her stupidity and stupid decisions and being the main character of an MMORPG. What else can we put? Nothing bad has to happen also. We're gonna have a aspect power. No, aspect power. No. Let's keep the dragons thing. That's it. What else can we bring? I have no idea. What else should we bring? Let's see. Maybe we can check some others. Yeah, exactly. It will be like using twice. Maybe somebody made a bingo also. Let's check value. Maybe they will forget about the Night Elf again. That's something that is going to happen. Forget about. Forget or shit. About on items. Right? Elves. Yes. What else can we put here? We need something else to complete this part. Maybe we can get a subclass. What about that? Let's something crazy. New subclasses. New subclasses. Right? That would be crazy. Or multi-class. What about that? Multi-class sounds the craziest one, probably. Yeah. So that's the bingo. Right? What do you think about the bingo, guys? Do you think that it can happen, or...? Yeah, I'm gonna put it somewhere else. Like here. Let's go back there. Ah, player houses is not going to happen. That never happened. And maybe we can keep the bingo there. Okay? And then whatever happens. I expect nothing, so I will get nothing. Okay, maybe we can... Yeah, exactly. No one is gonna get player houses. It's not like they can. It's not like they can do that. It's impossible for some people to do that. You know, they have to pay more server space. Yeah, it's just so retarded. 1 second. I'm gonna send it to a couple of people. Oh my god. Sharing sometimes on mobile phone is horrible. See? Pick up. Okay. Ah, no, what? No, we're 2023 for sure. That's something I completely think so. Otherwise, it's going to be one rush because they want to have another patch, kind of. Let's see what Belulas say. Okay, aspect power, yeah, probably this is dragons. Covenant player power, being bad. Yeah, okay, probably they will laugh about it. No. They have to do. They're gonna have a 9.2.5. That is going to be at least 6 months. Okay, maybe we can do. There is this thing. No. How do I do polls? Open that. Yes. When is it going to be released? Okay, we can do this poll. Duration 10 minutes. There you are. Now there's a poll. I think it's going to be mid-late 2023. Yeah, I think they want to leave it, but they don't want to sell crap. Player agency, I mean, I guess he means that they're gonna say that. New class, I don't know if there is a new class. There is not too much room for new classes. There is many classes already. And there are some classes that kind of match with each other also. Like there is Elemental Shaman kind of match with some mage, Frost mage or Fire mage thing, I don't know. I don't think they don't care. I think they have seen. I think they didn't care before. But maybe with Microsoft they are thinking another way. How long? 14 minutes. Okay. Let me spam it somewhere else. Big reveal. World of Warcraft big reveal. And then I will just copy this video and paste it on YouTube. Yeah, it's actually the first expansion without Activision. I think the purchase is like next month or something like that. I think so. Not completely sure. So let's see what happens. I expect nothing. I expect nothing. So I really think they are gonna try to save it, like they did with Legion. That, I mean, it wasn't perfect, but there was a lot of content to do. Yeah, let's continue seeing this cellular bingo. Yeah, Chromatus, yeah. A more grander story. I mean, probably they're not gonna mention that because everyone was a bit tired of all this cosmology crap. Kappa. Macro hard. What is macro hard though? It's some kind of joke of something that I missed. My prediction. Oh, they forgot that. Oh yeah, we have to. What is in there? They forget about the sword. I think that's more important. Ah, macro. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. Okay, let's remove these new classes. Okay, nobody cares about this. Make it bigger. Yes. Okay, instead of this, they forget about the sword that is going through Azeroth. Yeah, I think that's more important. Yeah, indeed, this is a really important one. What? Oh. I think we can go for that. The sword is a lie. Yeah, it's just a dream that we have. Okay, I think it's a pretty good bingo thing. Oh yeah, pilot time. I saw this. Saw this. Saw this. There's World of Warcraft. Oof. It's coming! Okay. Are they going to announce a new BlizzCon? Maybe I can move this for Azeroth. Okay. I can move this a bit.
Hi everyone, I'm John Haidt, General Manager for Warcraft.
Okay.
With me today are my friends Ian Hazacostas, who is the Game Director for World of Warcraft, and Holly Longdale, who leads up the production team for WoW Classic. I really appreciate you tuning in. I know we're really excited to be able to give you updates.
Wait, what is this? Get out. Subtitles.
I want to thank our community for all the feedback you've given us this year, and especially our community council. You've helped shape and influence the updates that we've done recently and what you're going to see in the upcoming year.
Okay.
But really, for Shadowlands in particular, the story of the last 9 months or so of this expansion is all about the community, and it's shaped by what we've been hearing from them, and us realizing as a team that we just collectively needed to do a better job of making sure the community felt heard, and so that led us to the changes we made in 9.1.5.
Okay.
And also really re-examining some of the assumptions and foundations of World of Warcraft about things like character investment and mains versus alts, or how catch-up should work, or the appropriate role of friction in our systems. And I think 9.1.5 represented a step in the direction of letting players have more freedom to play World of Warcraft the way they want to play it. And we really built our Eternity's End content update from the ground up around those principles.
What are some of the things that the community said that influenced your decisions?
Things like the method and pacing of acquisition of the Covenant Legendary item, tons of tuning, and I think every step of the way, we were listening to make sure that we were carrying forward those lessons learned in the course of 9.1.5 into Eternity's End and beyond.
So, WoW Classic came about because of the community.
Yeah, they continue to help guide and support us as Classic evolves.
World of Warcraft has always been about the world and the players that inhabit it. And we are, in a lot of ways, curators and caretakers of that journey and of that experience. And so once this Classic community formed and grew, we had to listen to them.
It's this tide of listening to the community and paying attention to what is a good experience for our players now. And where we really saw a sea change in this idea is with our Season of Mastery round, which is a Season of Fresh Start Classic. And initially we were talking about it like it was going to be like a fresh start. Let's try this experiment in a season. It'll be about a year long. And then when the community found out about it, we started seeing this upswell.
Yeah, the team just took that idea and ran with it. And turned what started out as a small community project into this Soul of Iron system that became a centerpiece of Season of Mastery and a whole new opt-in hardcore mode that we've seen communities built around. Yeah. Lots of, thrilling victory and painful defeat.
5 hours. I made it 5 hours.
Yeah. And it continues, like Burning Crusade Classic. We wanted to balance the Paladin seals between Horde and Alliance, so we made an addition there. We wouldn't have gotten there without the community's input.
So, influence the community, you've got another update, and pretty significant controversial change for this.
Yeah, cross-faction play coming in 9.2.5. On our public test realm now as a big centerpiece.
Cross-faction. Yep. You're breaking with a 17-year tradition.
Yeah, it was not an easily made decision by any means, and I think this is another one of those areas where we try to take to heart community feedback and requests and ask ourselves as a team whether there's a way to accommodate such an earnestly held desire.
I mean, it just makes sense. Alliance is empty.
To the roots of the game. The players' desire to play with their friends who might prefer a different faction, or to play with the faction that they more closely identify with, even though their raid group is elsewhere.
It's really important for me. I play a lot of alts, and I love absorbing the story for each race, and having that ability to play with all of my friends across factions is fantastic.
At the end of the day, the battle cry is for the Horde. It's not against the Alliance. It's not death to the Alliance. It's about pride in one's faction. And I think there's a way to preserve that and even strengthen that while giving players the ability to make the same choice we've seen the greatest heroes make time and time again.
I can't wait to do this. I'm seeing a lot of my friends that I never knew had a max level character in the other faction suddenly come out of the woodwork.
And then, with these cross-faction groups, many of them are going to be diving into something new that we're doing to kind of cap off Shadowlands, a Season 4. Kind of a remix, a bit of a greatest hits, revisiting all of our raid zones across the expansion, bringing in some familiar older favorites into the Mythic Plus rotation. We recognize this is kind of a closing chapter, a little bit of a send-off.
They just need something to have a quick...
As everyone gets ready for what happens
a quick
next,
win.
What will come next. Want to give, a fun new challenge for everyone to
really cool stuff for modern WoW players. I'm super excited about the gear upgrades that you're going to give me and the chance to go back and play some of those awesome raids.
There's a lot to explore. Very exciting.
For our next adventure in World of Warcraft, we're going to go back to Azeroth. We're going to a space with high fantasy. I mean, our fans have asked for this for a long time. This has been kind of the foundation of much of the lore of WoW. So without further ado, let's watch the cinematic.
Yay! Let's watch the cinematic. Pom pom pom. Oi, dragons. It's about dragons. About the light.
The world has been sundered. It cries out in pain. We must go to its aid. We entrust our ancestral home to you, the Watchers.
Oh no. Well, it looks pretty cool.
Let the land slumber, hidden even from our own eyes. You will feel our return in the waking of the land. Then you must light the beacon of Tearhold, lest the path home be lost to us forever.
So, not dragons. Oh. Laggy. Oi. Okay. Oi. What is going on? Why is the cinematic laggy? Oh my god. Oh no. Okay. Oi. Okay, so it's been a while and this is already not looking very interesting. Okay, he's doing like Thor in the Endgame movie. Okay, Titan, the Titan is gone. Titan, the giant of rock. Oh, dragons! I'm marking that. Dragons. Yay! This looks more interesting already.
The world is healing. But her fate is yet uncertain.
The voice of the narrator is just bad.
Together, we shall be Azeroth's protectors once again.
Okay.
Here, the new age of dragons shall begin.
Okay, nice. Nice. It was a really bad cinematic until the end. Because he wasn't explaining anything.
Dragons.
This
Yeah,
is
dragons.
so cool.
No one saw it coming.
No one saw it coming.
Oh, well.
Carefully kept secret. But seriously, I mean, what did we just see there?
The awakening of the Dragon Isles, the return of dragons, the dawn of a new age.
Okay.
Right, we've seen Rathian searching for his father's legacy, searching for the Dragon Isles. There's a reason why he hasn't been able to find them until now.
The
Because
beacon
they were
going
hidden.
off. Is that summoning the dragons?
It is removing the concealment that had hidden the Dragon Isles from the world, but also beckoning the dragons back urgently in a time of need.
I assume
Okay.
pretty good variety of locales within the Dragon Isles.
Yes, the Dragon Isles, as kind of standard for WoW expansion, consist of 5 zones, 4 standard leveling zones, and a new starter zone that we'll get to in a second.
Can you
Okay.
talk a little bit about how the team found ways to thread the dragon aspects throughout the environments?
The Dragon Isles are a place that is lush and primal, bursting with elemental energy. As Azeroth
Gosh.
herself reawakens, those primal forces are expressed throughout the environment, whether it's magma activity, volcanic activity, whether it's the icy wastes of the Azure Span.
Yeah,
Each one
that
of
would
those
be
has a
cool. Let's see, let's see.
connection to a Dragonflight that we've seen before, and it's going to be an amazing place for players to arrive at and explore.
All right, you know I'm going to ask.
Yes, okay, so
Can I be a dragon?
let's start getting into some features here and what Dragonflight means for you as well as just the place. So first off, yes, we have an all-new playable race.
Yay.
The Dragonflight race.
Yeah.
This is a draconic race.
What?
Dragons in Warcraft have the ability to take on a humanoid form.
What classes can they be?
They have unique abilities as literally a dragon. That doesn't quite fit any of our existing classes.
Eh.
And so what we're doing is this is not just a new race, but it's also a new class.
Ooh,
adding a new race to World of Warcraft, not
baby.
just an allied race, is something that we don't do lightly. But telling this expansion, this story, so
Nice.
focused around dragons, felt like the perfect time for it. So if you are a Drakthir, you will be the Evoker class. Drakthir can only be Evokers, Evokers can only be Drakthir. And the reason why
Okay.
only a Drakthir could be an Evoker is that an Evoker is really combining the ability to call upon the magic of the different aspects.
Okay, it's going to be OP
with
also.
the unique physical gifts that a Drakthir has. The ability to actually take flight, do an Onyxia style, strafing deep breath, over the battlefield, land on the other side,
Okay.
knock everyone back
Going to
with a
be
wing
OP
buffet,
also.
and then unleash your magical abilities.
Yes, please.
The Evoker has 2 specializations. They're a hybrid of either range DPS or healer. And they
Oh,
wear melee
healer.
armor. We figured, with the new hero classes we've added over the years, we have enough melee, we don't need more of those. And also probably don't need any more leather wearers.
The raid leaders are going to love you for that.
Exactly. This is definitely a hero class. And so that means that, like the Death Knights before them or Demon Hunters, they will be starting level 58. And then they're going to have a new
There's going to be
starter
OP
zone.
also.
They're going to have a slightly different
Nice.
journey into the Dragon Isles as opposed to the rest of us that are sailing there from other parts of Azeroth.
Can you talk a little bit about the customizations? Like what is going to be able to identify my Drakthir character?
Basically anything and everything.
No, no,
Skin
no, no.
color, hair color, jewelry, tattoos.
Hey,
other
looks super
adornments,
cool.
you can use this character, the expression of your identity in Azeroth.
New zone, new class,
Yep.
new race.
Yeah, exactly,
Tell us
exactly.
about some
That's
of
why I
the
say it's going to be
system
OP.
updates or
Yeah, so
features.
of course, the new expansion brings with it, new systems, new features. I think in recent expansions, one of the things we've tended to do is really have these deep features that were closely tied to a specific expansion that
Yes.
wouldn't get left behind as we move
Yes,
on.
true.
And we've heard loud and clear from players that, it's kind of a bummer to start off every new expansion by leaving a large part of your character behind. Or leaving a large part of your progression behind.
They have
So this
already.
time around, what we're doing is really pouring all of our energy into permanent revamps, overhauls, and improvements to World of Warcraft's core systems. Things like our progression systems, in this case, our talent system, is something that we want to completely revamp. We want to take a look at our UI. We want to take a look at professions.
So with the talent revamp and the arrival of Classic, did you learn anything about how our talents work?
I think seeing a new generation of players play with those talents and work through those talent trees really underscored some of the things that, frankly, we lost when we shifted to the Mists of Pandaria style talents and beyond. A big piece of that was some of just the granularity, the feeling of getting a level and spending a point to customize your character to make yourself a bit better in some specific way. But also, that sense of that you can have. That's something that we largely lost. And so the new talent system avoids directly pitting player power throughput choices directly against
Man, this is something I really look for. This looks super fun, and I hope that
we also understand that there's a lot of strength
there
in
is
the flexibility
really
of the modern talent system to let players
versions to play
customize
every
their
class.
talents
That
for
will
a
be
particular
super fun.
encounter or for dungeons versus PvP.
Every
You
respect,
don't want to
not
lose
every
anything.
class.
So John, UI?
Oh my God. Yes, I got this 30-inch monitor trying to keep track of where I am on the map, all my buffs, and over here, what's going on in chat. It's literally made my eyes go
Ian
like
is a bit
You're not
sweating.
alone in that. We made a lot of incremental changes and additions over the years, but really this is a revamp. This is an overhaul. And so we're excited to really modernize the look and feel.
Oh, it was about
to the
time.
origins of World of Warcraft. At the same time, we're not looking to take away the sort of power user customization there. Add-ons are still there if you want them, but we want a much better default out-of-the-box experience for all players, new and old alike.
And can I reduce elements, remove elements, if I want to explore the world and see the beauty of Azeroth?
When it comes to specific elements, as much as possible, we want to let players choose what to show and what to hide so that they can control it themselves.
You mentioned professions. I have a critical question about this.
Go on.
Can I wear a chef's hat?
Yeah, I knew it.
Can you wear
Our
what?
first professions in Dragonflight is really all about delivering on fantasy and identity as a crafter. And so if you want to be a
What?
if you want to be a great leather worker, we want to deliver the ability to invest time and energy into that, become a master crafter, be able to make items that are in demand, interact with the community. One of the big pieces that we want to do to support that is a new work order system to have a bit more convenience than just spamming trade chat all day. But if you are someone, you're not yourself a blacksmith, but you have a bunch of mats and you want them forged into a great sword, you can put that work order up, list your mats, offer a commission, and a skilled blacksmith can come along and make you the weapon of your dreams.
I think we left out one thing, though. Be a Drakthir, go to Dragon Isles. Can I have a dragon?
What's the fantasy of dragons, if not soaring over the lands? And so we're really excited to introduce a feature that we're calling dragon riding. It's dynamic. With
So it's like the
from momentum to dive
Guild
bombs,
Wars.
the ability to just sort of build that speed up and feel the world rushing past.
Okay, so it's like Guild
in a
Wars.
way that should be much more exciting
Nice.
than traditional flight that we've made available in the past, but that's also available for players through a customizable dragon mount right from the start.
So
right from the start.
this
Right
is
from
a
the
skill
start.
you learn over time, right, to become
We got
an
it.
awesome dragon rider.
Yes, you'll be able to sort of upgrade aspects of your flight, but you will have this new form of flight from the start. And the Dragon Companion that you have is, of course, very thoroughly customizable, which is a new thing for us for mounts. This is not just
Okay,
the
we got
dragon
it.
that everyone
3
has,
already.
but a drake that is yours. What do you want its scales to look like, horns, the shape of its head, other attachments, armor pieces, and more. Take your pick.
This is so cool.
So yes, the Dragonflight expansion is going to see players leveling to 70, going to the all-new continent of the Dragon Isles, which consists of 5 zones, 4 standard leveling zones, and a new starter zone for our Drakthir class, as well as a range of systems revamps, such as a new talent system, an overhaul and update to our UI, and an entirely fresh look at professions, with more depth than ever before.
Nothing else?
Also getting around the Dragon Isles is going to come in the form of dragon riding, which lets you customize and upgrade your own
this is the
mount
summary,
so that you
right,
can
of what
fly in
he's
a
just
sense from the
said.
start. And of course, as with any new expansion, we have a new set of dungeons, a raid, and much more to come.
We also have an alpha that will be starting up in the future.
Check out our website for more information and keep an eye out
In the
for those
future.
opt-in signups if you want to help us test out Dragonflight
Yeah,
and
yeah.
even more feedback to make it better.
We do have a deep dive that follows this, so please stay around. Classic players, we haven't forgotten about you. You could probably guess where we're gonna go next. One of the all-time favorite expansions for World of Warcraft. Let's watch the cinematic.
I mean, the thing is that it's not going to be better than the cinematic.
Did you think we had
Yeah.
my king yet?
The chat is crazy on this video.
My son, the day you were born, the very forests of Lordaeron whispered the name Arthas.
I mean, the thing is that this cinematic is probably the best cinematic in game history.
When my days have come to an end,
It's so good.
you shall be.
Yeah, obviously they will reuse it. Why would they do anything else? Okay, yes, 2022. Okay.
It's just incredible, isn't it? Every
Yeah, it
time I
is.
see a
It is.
cinematic, I get chills. No pun intended, I get chills. As you saw, Wrath of
Okay.
the Lich King Classic is coming this year.
Okay, so they forgot about the Night Elf,
When you see
or
that
what?
cinematic,
Should we just
what
take
do
the
you
deep
remember
dive,
from Wrath of the Lich King?
or what?
Anytime you want to talk about undead frozen dragons, how can you not go back to Syndragosa as the source? That was the first
They
expansion I
didn't
played with
really
my young
sell
son.
me the-
So I can remember
This-
on that platform, black goo and chunks of ice falling off, and having to repeat
Okay.
that battle with the Lich King.
So they didn't mention
Finally down.
Sylvanas.
It was such an incredible moment. He jumped up out of his room, and I jumped up out of my office.
Yeah, I
like,
loved it also.
did it.
So, okay, they didn't mention
Very
Sylvanas, okay.
lasting
Let's put it
tale
with
for me.
Orange because there's a deep
So, as
dive
you know,
later.
with this
So we never
expansion,
know.
you will
They didn't mention
be glad
Sylvanas.
to be able to play the Death
But-
Knight. They will start at level 55. You don't
Okay,
have to have a
so
high
maybe
level
we get
character to make
Bingo
the Death Knight,
here.
So everyone will be able to make one.
Nah,
We're
let's
excited
go
to
for
give
more
players some
Orange.
time before.
Here we get Bingo there.
To get geared up.
They forget about the
Jump
Night Elf,
into
so
North
of
and
course,
Dales.
after they
And
were
there are
cheating on
so
in them
many
for
zones
two
and
expansions.
areas to explore
So we get
in Northrend.
Bingo
And
there
I'll
also.
Talk about some of our favorites. So for me,
They
Grizzly
forgot about the
Falls
sword
has a
also.
very
We don't
special place
get
in my
Bingo
heart.
here.
The music was some of the
Well,
best I've experienced.
line. We get two
in World
lines
of
here.
Warcraft.
I still
And
make
we
my
get
way all
here.
the way up
More or
to
less, it was,
Stormcast to try and find the time lost
it was
protege
good.
and
Yeah. So that was my streaming, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It was really fun to stream again after, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Maybe on Friday I will stream again Castlevania. I don't know. It's about time to finish that game. Thank you for staying, guys. Bye.